Welcome guys to another video of WWE 2K17 Universe Mode as we are continuing the pre-show of Extreme Rules. And I'm sad to say that this will be the last match of our pre-show, yep. But don't worry about it guys, this is going to be a good one as we have one hell of a grudge match going on between The Miz and Rob Van Dam. And if you guys could remember, just a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown Live, these two men went one-on-one in a 20-minute long singles match that ended with The Miz getting a victory thanks to a little bit of help from his wife Maryse. And because of that, Rob Van Dam has demanded a match against The Miz at Extreme Rules. And not only was that the reason why, but also even further into the Extreme Rules title trial, Rob Van Dam had a match against Baron Corbin to pretty much prove who the number one contender would be for Dolph Ziggler's Intercontinental Championship. And The Miz cost Rob Van Dam that match just because he felt he didn't deserve it. I mean, The Miz lost a tag team title, a tag team number one contenders match against Baron Corbin and Rob Van Dam the week before. So alright, so let me just explain to you guys so it'll be a little bit easier. So there was a tag team match between Baron Corbin and Rob Van Dam taking on The Miz and Apollo Crews. Now, the general manager said the tag team that won the match would go on the next following week on SmackDown to face one another in the number one contenders match, and the winner of that match would face Dolph Ziggler at the pre-show of Extreme Rules for the Intercontinental Championship. So Baron Corbin and Rob Van Dam defeated The Miz and Apollo Crews in convincing fashion because Baron Corbin is just a beast and dominated The Miz and Apollo Crews. So then the match between Baron Corbin and Rob Van Dam came along, and The Miz, he couldn't deal with seeing Rob Van Dam as the number one contender. So instead of just letting the match play out, he just got involved and distracted RVD, and because of that, Baron Corbin hit the ends of days on Rob Van Dam, and that was the end. He battered RVD, left RVD with blood coming out of his head. But if you also remember, in the first encounter between these two, The Miz left a gash on the head of Rob Van Dam because of all those skull-crushing finales that it took to keep him down. So this right here is going to be a very good match as Rob Van Dam is making his way out to the ring right now. He's just staring right at The Miz. He has nothing else on his mind but putting The Miz to rest, as RVD is just focused. He wants this victory against The Miz because he knows if he beats The Miz once and for all, he'll be able to move on with his career and possibly get an Intercontinental Championship match against Baron Corbin, the new Intercontinental Champion, after defeating Dolph Ziggler in the first match of our pre-show today. So the pre-show of Extreme Rules has been pretty successful, honestly, because we had two amazing matches, and now we're going to be capping off the pre-show with this grudge match between The Miz and RVD, and we're going to see if Maryse gets involved as much as she did the first time. As here we go, the bell rings, and it is The Miz versus Rob Van Dam. And on SmackDown Live, a lot of people weren't expecting the match to go as long as it did, but The Miz and RVD put on one hell of a war, and RVD came so close to defeating The Miz, hit him with the 5-star frog splash a couple of times, but thanks to Maryse distracted the referee, allowing The Miz to capitalize on Rob Van Dam's mistakes, and that was it. The Miz was able to get the victory. So Rob Van Dam has something to prove today, because even after all this rivalry, grudge match stuff blows over, you have to assume that the winner of this match will be higher in the ranks to possibly get an Intercontinental Championship match. And whoever wins that title may have a chance to one day be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So Baron Corbin right now is in a really good spot in his career. He was able to take his first title match. He took advantage of every single opportunity he got, and he defeated Dolph Ziggler. That's why he is your new Intercontinental Champion. So the New Day, able to be victorious over Gallows and Anderson. We thought that we would see 2 title changes in the pre-show already, but the New Day was able to hit the midnight hour on Carl Anderson, and that was the end of the club for that day. And Kenny Omega, we got with Kenny Omega a little bit after that match, and he is so disappointed with the club as that right there is a modified Michinoku driver there by Rob Van Dam. And this is what I'm talking about. Maryse causing the distraction to RVD, allowing the Miz to take advantage. But this time, Rob Van Dam saw that one coming. Rob Van Dam has had a lot of time to study the videos of that match he had against The Miz on SmackDown Live, and he knows what he has to do to get this victory, despite the fact that Maryse is ringside. So, I mean, you guys are probably wondering why Maryse didn't get ejected completely, because it would have been nice to just see Rob Van Dam and The Miz go one-on-one without any distractions, but you already know The Miz was making a whole verbal fight with the general manager of SmackDown Live, saying if Maryse is not out there, he will not do this match. And the general manager was like, you know what, Miz, we're going to give you what you want, because we honestly feel that Rob Van Dam can get the job done even with Maryse. And there was a 5-star frog splash by RVD. That right there may be it. Finisher on The Miz with Maryse. And that is exactly what happened on SmackDown Live. Maryse causing the distraction after RVD hit that frog splash. And now here comes The Miz. The Miz now taking advantage right there with that face buster into the ring. The Miz looking really good right now as Maryse tosses in a steel chair. I don't know why. Disqualification and count out applies for this match. This is just a regular match, but now The Miz is taking advantage of the distraction, adding some knees to the lumbar region of Rob Van Dam. Is now look at The Miz. The Miz poised for something big right here. Rob Van Dam may be in trouble. There goes a simple clubbing blow to RVD to drop him to the floor. So these two men are, and oh my, look at that move by RVD, just planting down The Miz. Miz did not even see that coming. That is something that we normally see from Kalisto or something like that. Neck breaker by The Miz, in the back of RVD's head caught that chair. You could definitely tell RVD was feeling that pain on that neck breaker by The Miz. Is now Miz with a takedown. Things are not looking so good for Mr. Thursday Night right now, as he's just getting beat down by The Miz. Miz with a cover on RVD and a kick out at 1.5 by RVD. So, as far as the Intercontinental Championship picture goes, you have to wonder how this is going to go on SmackDown Live. Dolph Ziggler has a designated rematch against Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship. So, I wonder how that's going to go. I mean, he's going to get a one-on-one match against Corbin. I don't know if that's going to be at Payback or maybe he's going to get it on SmackDown Live. But we're definitely going to see Corbin versus Ziggler too sometime in the future. So maybe for Payback, the general manager may try to incorporate one of these two superstars. Maybe whoever wins this match into the Intercontinental Championship title picture for Payback or Money in the Bank or any future pay-per-view. Because I would like to see one of these men possibly get an opportunity at the Intercontinental title, because the Intercontinental title is one way to pretty much skyrocket your career. As RVD was able to dodge the skull-crushing finale, which spelled the end for him many times. As now Rob Van Dam trying to capitalize. RVD got hit with some devastating moves. And now what's RVD doing right now? Tosses The Miz outside. And I think he's going to go to the second rope. Oh no, instead, basement drop kick to the chest of The Miz, going right under the bottom rope. Very, very athletic move by RVD. Rob Van Dam is not holding anything back. He knows that he has to give his all to defeat The Miz tonight, because say what you want about The Miz knows how to win big matches. I mean, I don't know why he couldn't pull the victory in that tag team match against Baron Corbin and RVD a couple of weeks ago, but when it comes to just singles matches, The Miz knows how to do what he's got to do. And I mean, you could question maybe the interference of Maryse having to do with The Miz's success on the Blue brand, but nonetheless, The Miz is one of the most successful superstars on SmackDown, former Intercontinental Champion. Years back, he's a former WWE Champion. So The Miz has definitely paid his dues here in the WWE. And now Rob Van Dam, moonsault on The Miz. That right there may be it. RVD should go for the cover, but no, picks up The Miz, and The Miz makes him pay with a jawbreaker. And now look at that neck breaker by The Miz. I lost count of how many neck breakers The Miz has hit in this match, and he's quickly going for the cover. Look at that. Keeping RVD honest. Maryse has definitely made her presence felt in this match. RVD hit that 5-star frog splash before it. I honestly think that would have been it, but Maryse not allowing RVD to get the victory, and that's That's the situation for Rob Van Dam. It's hard to pretty much go into this match on your own, and a half crab now applied to the Miz. This may be bad luck for the Miz if the Miz cannot reverse this, but he does, kicking RVD right off. And Miz going for a shot to the back, and RVD not having any of that. Rob Van Dam tossing the Miz right into the corner, and a drop kick right to the leg, and that right there may be the game changer in this match. The Miz may be setting RVD up for that figure 4 leg lock. Maryse liking what she's seeing right now. Rob Van Dam is in a world of trouble. And this is what I like about these two. Every single time Rob Van Dam and the Miz step in the ring, they bring out the best in each other. And this is exactly what SmackDown is about. Just hard-hitting competition. No, the title doesn't have to be on the line. It's just two men who are trying to prove something, who are trying to move up the ranks here in the WWE, and they're doing what they got to do to make their names heard. I mean, Rob Van Dam has been around for years, but RVD knows that he is definitely not up there on the card as much as some of these newer guys. So he's definitely trying to make his mark on the blue brand yet again. And if Rob Van Dam could beat The Miz tonight, you have to say that Rob Van Dam is definitely back full time, and he wants that Intercontinental Championship. Is The Miz now in trouble? RVD, look at that. Corkscrew senton onto The Miz. Miz now in trouble. RVD may have it here, and no. The referee's hand was going down for 3, and The Miz was able to get the legs up. I thought the Maryse might have gotten involved there, but Maryse has some faith in The Miz right there. As RVD right there gashing The Miz open. Well, right there is some revenge for RVD, as a couple of weeks ago The Miz left RVD in a pool of blood, and now RVD has Miz with a cut on his forehead, and now RVD feeling the effects of this match. That neck breaker on that steel chair definitely took a lot of energy out of Rob Van Dam. As that right there just sends shockwaves down your back into your legs, and Rob Van Dam just trying to get by in this match. As now RVD now targeting the legs of The Miz, which is a pretty odd strategy from Rob Van Dam. We normally just see him focus on a lot of aerial maneuvers, and The Miz taking down RVD right there. And now what's The Miz doing right here? He's just adding insult to injury, making fun of RVD, but I don't think he's in any position to make fun of Rob Van Dam just yet. Blood is coming down the head of The Miz, and now look at RVD, and there goes a straight right by The Miz. What a match. I know the Intercontinental Champion Baron Corbin, the new one, who we just got in this pre-show. Looking at this match, I mean, he knows he's going to have to defend the title against Dolph Ziggler before any of that, but... And now Miz, oh, he just doesn't have anything left. DDT on the already exposed cut of The Miz. That right there is going to do some damage. The Miz doesn't know where he's at, and Maryse again trying to distract Mr. Thursday Night from committing any more damage to The Miz. And now look at this. The Miz having RVD up. Electric chair position. Into the face buster by The Miz. That right there was disgusting. Miz may have it here, but RVD able to roll out of harm's way. The Miz very impressive as now. This right here is that neck breaker. He hit several of these on SmackDown Live a couple of weeks ago. Miz now going for the cover. RVD may be done here. And Rob Van Dam kicking out. I thought that may have been it, because that neck breaker on the steel chair definitely did not pay any good dues for Rob Van Dam. And that neck breaker right there also probably didn't feel so good. It's now The Miz. The Miz stalking Rob Van Dam right now, as a shot to the face planned, and The Miz getting countered by Rob Van Dam. RVD looking pretty good in this match, but The Miz says no. And look at this. Skull crushing finale. RVD is busted open. The Miz may have it here. Rob Van Dam with nobody to help him. RVD in a world of trouble. He's bleeding from the forehead. And The Miz with the victory at Extreme Rules. Oh my God. Say what you want about The Miz, but he definitely showed his determination in this match. He was able to kick out of some devastating maneuvers from Rob Van Dam, and that puts the end to this grudge match. That right there was the 5-star frog splash beforehand in the match. That neck breaker by The Miz. This was a very competitive match. The basement drop kick by Rob Van Dam, and then The Miz with the skull crushing finale to end this match. So this right here shows that The Miz may be the next person in contention for the Intercontinental Championship. Well, guys, that right there is your pre-show. We will be seeing you on the actual Extreme Rules card. We hope you enjoy the pay-per-view. Take care.